Everyone, it is Brian Kaz here. We'll get going in a few seconds right here. Pretty exciting call for you. It'll be on all about how to get basically all the free, highly targeted traffic you want for basically anything in essentially under a few minutes time by becoming your own online marketing genius. So in a second here, you should see my screen and hear my voice. If you see the screen and hear me, just say a quick yes in the chat box, just so I make sure I'm not essentially talking to myself. Made the mistake of doing that once for like the first minute or two, so I always check ahead of time now. All right, lots of yeses. That's all good there. Okay, good. All right, so without further ado, we can get this show on the road. So once again, my name is Brian Kaz, and this will be about how to get all the free, highly targeted traffic you need for anything in under 3 minutes by essentially becoming your own online marketing genius. So here's my promise basically to you right now, and that's by the end of this presentation, you'll be able to become an online marketing genius basically to not only help your own businesses, but to optionally sell those services for basically top dollar to lots and lots of others. So whether you use it for your own stuff or whether you essentially turn it into a business for yourself or do both, that's completely up to you. And on top of that, you'll be able to get all the free, highly targeted traffic you need for anything in under 3 minutes. And it does not even matter if you have a website or not. And it also doesn't matter what you think your own skill level is at now. I don't care if you're brand new. I don't care if you're super experienced. I don't care if you're somewhere in the middle. That's all perfectly fine. In fact, even a complete newbie with no prior skills will be able to basically use this and do everything I'm teaching, starting from nothing, even if they don't have a current website, a service, or even a product or anything. Doesn't matter at all. And this will all be with free traffic and free leads. So let me ask you guys a question, and you can feel free to respond in the little chat box. How much does free traffic actually cost? All right, any guesses? All right, seeing a lot of guesses. Most of you are right. There's a handful of you that are probably thinking a little too hard on this. The right answer is nothing, because again, it's free, so it costs you nothing. How much does free traffic actually cost you in 5 years? So 5 years from now, what will free traffic cost you? All right, even more of you are getting this now. And the right answer is nothing, because again, it's free. How many of you could actually afford this type of traffic? Again, don't think too hard on this. Right answer is all of you, because again, it's free. There's literally no excuse about why you can't do this. So when Facebook doubles their ad prices, what happens to the price of free traffic? Any guesses? Nothing. It's still free. Even if the Facebook ads cost more or whatever costs more or any ads cost more, free traffic is still free. And you'll actually do this by using multiple, largely untapped sources, tools, and basically techniques. And with the ability where you can get all this free traffic and leads, you'll be able to essentially sell them anything you want, including stuff I'll show you that you can literally make hundreds to even thousands of dollars off of even a single sale. Now that might sound like a bold claim, and it absolutely is, but you'll see how in a few moments live. And that's all since I'll show you exactly how you can do all these and more live so that you can see it for yourself in just a bit. You don't just have to take my word for it, you can actually see it for yourself. And it's important to note that the results of these methods and stuff don't just work for me. So it's not like something completely completely unique to me or my situation or business or anything like that. Here's actually a client right here that made $1 million that made $1 million off of just one lead, thanks to me. He goes, hey, both of you, just wanted to drop you a note to tell you that I just signed my first $1 million deal from a single client. It would not have been possible without applying what you taught me about lead generation. Best, Robert Smith. That's right. Robert got $1 million deal from one lead, following our advice and actually putting it into action. So he actually took massive action on it. And that method that made him $1 million is just one tactic that I'll be showing you on this call here. So who here thinks that it'd be cool to maybe find out exactly what Robert did? All right, seeing lots of yeses. Now here's a hint. Anyone, I think, can really clone the exact same service and methods. So in just a bit, basically later on in this call, I'll actually give a handful of examples similar to what Robert did as well, and reveal some of the methods that you can do just like him right there. But don't let the $1 million proof there scare you off into thinking that this is only achievable by the pros, because he wasn't. That's not to basically say that he wasn't a smart guy. I'm sure he's a very, very smart guy. But there was nothing like, unique or really, really intuitive about what he was doing, essentially compared to what lots of others would be very easily able to essentially learn and do very, very quickly. And to basically hit home on that, here's some proof that even the non-technically gifted can succeed just as easily. So here's a non-techie that made his first sale ever. So David here is the very definition of a non-techie. 6 weeks before meeting me, he said that he couldn't even use Microsoft Office. And I asked him to basically clarify that. I'm like, do you mean like, fancy spreadsheets and all sorts of other stuff? Because there's some super advanced stuff, within Microsoft Office that even I probably, wouldn't be the best at. I'm like, or do you mean like you don't know how to like write a letter like inside Word? And he's like, no, I mean like, I don't know how to use Word. I don't know how to write like, a letter, on my computer. And I was like kind of baffled because it's like, wow, like, I don't know if I really know anyone that doesn't know how to use like Word. I mean, maybe like, I'm sure there's probably a handful of people out there, and I'm not trying to make fun of any of you. Yeah, I'm sure there might be a couple that are like, crap, I don't know how to use Word or anything either. But we all can probably agree that if you can't even write a letter on your computer, that's probably the definition of a non-techie. So whether you're at that level or basically better, that's probably a pretty good sign that this could basically work for you here. So he made his first sale online ever using these methods. And he also said that his traffic stats are now also on an upward trend for the first time ever as well. So before I go on to show you how you can do all this yourself, I feel like I have to do the necessary obligation of basically telling you a bit about who I am. So a little bit about myself. As you previously heard, my name is Brian Kaz, and as you could probably guess, and if not yet, probably pretty soon, I am not a professional speaker or presenter. That's probably pretty obvious right there. In fact, I never even held a real job. In fact, the closest that I ever did basically to that in terms of a job was working for basically part pay and part basically credit for a psychology research lab, essentially traveling to basically prisons to research psychopathy. And although it was kind of fun for a while, it was nothing I wanted to do like long term or anything like that. But while I was in college and while I was on this job, I had a decent amount of free time. So I started playing around with the net while I was still in college. I was lucky enough where I could schedule my classes where like almost all my classes were on like a Tuesday or Thursday. So I had like lots of free time, in between, and kind of the part pay and part essentially credit job I had had a lot of downtime as well. So I started playing around with the net while I was still in college. And I started looking into ways where I could basically automate a lot of the manual work that I was doing. So initially, I was playing around with stuff like being an affiliate, like I'd write reviews for other products. I'd be an affiliate of like higher price point stuff. I wrote like a little ebook or two. I made a website. I had all sorts of these little easy things that, nothing was making like a ton of dough. Like, if I made, my goal at the time was, hey, if I could make a few $100s a month on the side, that'd be pretty neat. I basically got it to essentially that point, but I was having a problem essentially growing it. Like I had some months where, I might even make like, like 1,000 or two, but like most months, it might be like a few hundred here and there, but I could see that there was life in it. But I could see that a lot of the stuff that I was doing to make more of the money was basically taking a lot more time. I'm like, well, man, I wonder if there's a way to basically automate a lot of this stuff here. And I actually was friends with a programmer then, and I actually got him to help me with like a psychology research project where he actually coded an idea I had for essentially a study to make some software, and the software actually ended up beating some prior tests and stuff that have been around for essentially decades upon decades upon decades. And a test that would normally take 90 minutes, we were able to basically do in 90 seconds. And I won a national award for that. And at the end of the day, I think they gave me like, I want to say like $4,000 as like almost like a thank you, like, hey, congratulations, you won this, here's $4,000. And I thought, wow, that's like pretty neat. But I saw, man, I was able to basically automate something that's been around for decades and make it be much, much faster. I wonder if I could do the same thing with all the stuff that I'm doing online, with all the stuff that I'm doing to make money online. I wonder if I could basically automate a lot of that stuff. And I started to do that. And, I got it actually working so well that by the time I was done, there's really no need for me to go on and get a normal job. So by the time I was done with basically college, my original plan was once I got my bachelor's, I would go on and get like a master's and then like a PhD. But once I was done with my bachelor's, I'm like, I think I can make a lot more on this than I ever could with any other normal job out there. And I got it working so well that I thought, man, I could see us growing more and more and more. And I kind of never looked back since then. So since then, I've started several 6- and 7-figure businesses in a variety of markets. In fact, one of our businesses is actually currently valued at over $10 million. And we think it might actually be on its way to even possibly doubling that soon. I'm also a 9-time best-selling author on various marketing and business books. And more importantly, I've helped thousands of people around the globe generate more traffic and leads for their businesses. Here's just one example of a business that I built using these methods that actually did over $2.9 million physically processed in 8 months' time. Now, I know a lot of people share like numbers where they say, hey, they did like $1 million launch and blah, blah. And usually they share what's called projected numbers. Like if they sell something for like $100 a month, let's say, they say, hey, if everyone stays for basically 10 years, the 50,000 that they made might be like, $1 million plus. So they say it's $1 million launch. And I call that fluff. I call that made up math. This is physically processed in 8 months' time. Projected numbers over the lifetime value of those would probably be significantly higher than that, but I only deal with actual numbers. So that's physically processed, just shy of $3 million in 8 months' time in just one of the businesses there. And another business I basically cloned with the exact same model, and that actually did another $1 million in sales in another niche, completely unrelated, in just several months' time. So, in even less time. And that was in a completely different niche that previously I didn't really know anything about. Another completely unrelated business in the survival niche, we actually took from about $6,000 a month to actually over $1.2 million per month, and that just keeps on growing and growing and growing. We went from about 6,000 a month to like 100,000 a month in a matter of like, I think like a couple months or so. Then we went from that to basically $250,000, like a half year later, then to like $350,000, then $500,000, then 600,000, 800,000, a million, and then just keeps on growing from there. So we went from, again, about 6,000 a month to over $1.2 million per month, in a completely unrelated survival niche. So something that neither myself or my partners knew like basically anything on to start with. So it just kind of proves that all the stuff that we're basically teaching you, all the experience that we have in basically marketing and all that, it's not like it just works in one niche and I'm basically telling you stuff in just one niche. Once more, I'm in a variety of markets. We've been in everything from the normal internet marketing and SEO and all that stuff, to survival, to wedding stuff, to let's see what else, to phone accessories, to recreational gear. I mean, again, to some health products. I mean, all sorts of different markets in a variety of niches there. Now, realistically, I know none of you really care about me and what I've done, and instead you care about what I can do for basically others like you, right? All right, that's what I thought. So that's why I shared with you those previous case studies, and I'll share lots more later, and also why I'm going to basically be getting on to the nitty-gritty. I want to make sure that all of you leave here with a way to make money and get traffic. Even if you don't currently have a product, a site, or anything that you have to basically sell now, that's perfectly okay. Basically, I want to make you all get the opportunity to be online marketing geniuses by the end of my presentation. So let me ask you guys a question, and you can feel free to type a response in the chat box. How many of you here already have something that you either currently sell or want to basically sell? If that's you, you can type in a 1. So if you have something that you either currently sell or something that you intend to or want to sell, if you can maybe type in a 1. All right, seeing a decent amount of responses there. Or the second option, where you basically type in a 2. How many of you here currently have nothing to sell as of yet? So you have nothing to sell, don't have any idea, you're just thinking and open to whatever, or no thoughts. If that's you, maybe if you could type in a 2. All right, I'm actually seeing a decent mix of the two, and I was actually expecting that as well. So that's really, really, really interesting to see. So regardless if you have something to sell or have nothing at all, and regardless if you have a website now or not, I promise you that you can walk away from this with either ways of increasing your current sales or being able to sell something easily for the first time. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to this. The more targeted traffic you can get, the more money you can make. It's as easy as that. You need traffic. It's the lifeblood of any business. Any program you already invested in or any method that you're basically currently doing also needs traffic. I don't care if you have the best product or the best offer in the world, okay? It doesn't matter. If there's no traffic, it doesn't matter. A very, very crappy offer with lots of traffic will beat a great offer with no traffic. Now, that's not saying that you should have basically a crappy offer or anything like that. You can have a decent offer and lots of traffic. I mean, it's a huge win-win-win there. But you absolutely need traffic regardless of what you do. It doesn't matter if you want to make money with info products, with affiliate marketing, with web services, so on and so forth. You need traffic for all those and more. So you can sell anything of yours or of others, like if you're an affiliate. So it all comes down to needing traffic. And don't think that this isn't for you because you're not ready, you don't have a site yet, you don't have a product yet, so on and so forth. Put simply, that's really just a bullshit excuse, okay? Because again, you can literally be like an affiliate for any product in a matter of minutes. You can literally make a blogger blog, again, bloggers owned by Google. You can make a blogger.com blog literally in a couple minutes and have a site. You can be an affiliate in a couple minutes. You can write reviews in a couple minutes. You can look for info products and all sorts of stuff. You can sell web services in a few minutes. In fact, I'll share with you some that you can instantly do in a matter of minutes. So there's really no excuse why you can't start literally today. So if you're able to get traffic and leads, you can sell anything, even the service of getting traffic and leads for lots of others. So you could even sell that as a service. And you can get free traffic and free leads in one of basically two ways. So the first way of essentially getting traffic is what I call the traditional way. And this is basically having prospects find you more easily. The traditional way is to basically get some essentially traffic through basically SEO or optimizing your sites or videos or content, so on and so forth, for various keywords and such, in hopes of getting ranked or having basically people more easily find you. This is what most people traditionally try. So they try to increase the chances of their site being seen. And there's nothing wrong with that, and it certainly can work real well, but there's also a second way, which is oftentimes completely missed. And the second way of getting traffic is what I call the don't sit on your ass and wait way, which is hardly ever used and involves not waiting for basically prospects or leads to essentially find you, but you going to your prospects. There are tons of sources on the internet right now where basically people are already telling you what they want to essentially buy or expressing a major interest in, and hardly no one really essentially takes the time to go basically to them. So all these sellers out there never actually take any time to try to reach out to all the prospects or all the buyers sitting out there, oftentimes already telling you what they want basically to buy. They can be talking on forums, on basically Q&A sites and social media, on sites that are already ranking. They're out there all over the place. I mean, millions of them, and hardly anyone takes the time to reach out. And this can be a game changer. So I have essentially two questions to really open your mind to the value of leads and traffic. The first question is, how much is one lead worth? So feel free to type in your response. I'll give you a few seconds here. So how much is one lead worth? All right, I'm seeing a lot of different responses. There's a lot of you that are saying it's worth about $1 a month. There's some saying it's worth like $5 or basically $10. Some are saying it depends. There's some higher numbers thrown in there. Looks like the average person thinks that like a lead is worth, about $1 a month or $5 or so, or yeah. So that's the ballpark of what most of you seem to be saying, with a handful of exceptions there. And the truth is that a lead can be worth literally thousands, in some cases even millions of dollars for a single lead, if you know how to basically target them well. And the problem is a lot of people don't actually think of them that way. So you can actually find $1 million lead by finding a person looking to spend $1 million. Boom, that's $1 million lead. That's how Robert got the $1 million lead, or the $1 million buyer there is that he found a lead looking to buy what he could sell for $1 million, which is essentially just a service of his, which I think almost anyone can easily do. So let me get to this second question here. All right. So let's say you're in a room of people, okay? And it can be a virtual room, it can be a physical room. So let's just imagine you're in a room of people, okay? And let's say that you sell massage chairs, like high-end massage chairs, ones that sell for thousands of dollars. And someone in that room raises their hand. They have $5,000 in actual cash in their hand, and they're like, hey, I got $5,000 here. I'm looking to buy a high quality massage chair that gives a really good massage. does anyone have any suggestions or any opinions on what a good massage chair for that price would be? So if you sell those massage chairs, whether you sell them yourself, whether you drop ship, whether you're just an affiliate, what would you do? Would you sit there and say, oh man, that's exciting. I hope they go to Google. I hope they type in a keyword I rank for. I hope they then click on my site. I hope they then read my stuff. I hope they then click and buy. That's exciting. I'm going to sit and stare at them very, very creepily and hope that they do just that. I'm going to watch them and hope. Or to get off your butt, walk up to that prospect and say, hey, I see you're looking to buy a massage chair. I see you have a budget of $5,000. I happen to sell those, or I happen to have some reviews of them. Here's a couple models that might fit really well. Here's one for $5,000 that really gives an awesome massage, has all the bells and whistles, including like Bluetooth and all this other stuff, yada, yada, yada. But if you don't care about Bluetooth and you just want a really good massage, here's one for $1,000 less. It's $4,000 instead of $5,000. It gives the exact same quality massage, has all these features. The only thing missing is it doesn't have Bluetooth and maybe like one other thing that no one cares about. And here's a link to the full review on both, or here's a link to it to where you can buy both of these. Which one of those two people do you think is more likely to get that sale? The first guy who just stares and hopes that basically the prospect find his site, or the second guy that actually walked up to that lead and gave some valuable info to try to get a possible sale? Which one do you think is more likely to get the $5,000? All right, well, when I say it like that, most of you are all saying, oh, the second way, of course. But in reality, 99% of business owners out there, or affiliate marketers or whatever, they do the first way. They don't do squat. They sit there and stare and hope that mysteriously, basically, people magically show up on your site and buy. And that's why they fail. So if you have the ability to actually find leads online and also get traffic for anything online, you're literally set for life. Making money online for anything is easy if you can easily see the opportunities and leads already out there waiting for you. For example, do you think that you could invite lots of people to basically buy massage chairs via your affiliate link if you knew where all the people looking to buy one were hanging out? Or do you think that you could sell a $3,000 SEO service to a roofing company if you knew that you could help them rank and make multiples of that back for them that same month? Or if you could automatically find leads of people in back pain, do you think a chiropractor might be interested in basically paying a monthly fee for those? Of course you would. It'd be like a no-brainer. Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to needing traffic. So how do you like to see how to get leads and traffic and sales from both of those ways, as well as how I basically automate most of that with a very, very cool set of tools? All right, seeing a lot of yeses. All right, good. All right, that is precisely what I'll be showing you here, as well as revealing what else you could even be selling today for thousands in profit. And instead of basically, instead of just basically talking about it in theory, I'm actually going to be showing and walking you through real examples in just a bit, so you can see how easy it can be. No guesses, no theory, and so forth. Because remember, at the end of the day, if you have a targeted offer plus lots of targeted traffic, you can make money each and every time. If you're not making money, something is basically off in your equation. Either you don't have basically a targeted offer, which is super easy to change and make one. I mean, there's literally dozens of businesses that you could start off the stuff I just said, or it means you don't have the targeted traffic, which again is also easy if you apply what you were just basically taught here and follow the rest of the training, which I'm about to share with you right here. So if you have a target offer plus also targeted traffic, you can make money almost each and every time. It's as simple as that. So are you ready to see it for yourself? All right, introducing WebFire 3.0. So what does WebFire 3.0 do? Literally anything and everything you need to get more traffic, rankings, leads, exposure, and sales online in minutes. With WebFire, you can truly get the unfair advantage. And rather than just talking about how great it is, I'm going to not only be showing you several parts of it, but I'm going to also be revealing several ways of making money online and how WebFire can help with that. So I'm just going to pause the screen for a second as I switch on over. All right, here. All right, we are inside of the WebFire software here. And one of the things that first basically pops out is that we have you know, like a jumpstart guide here. So if you have no clue on like any of the tools or anything, we basically break it all down here. So like if you know, if you're interested in just basically the SEO part or basically content part, you can click here and watch a walkthrough on that. If you're interested more in like the lead tools and stuff, you can click here and watch that. We also have a 3-part Jumpstart series right here to kind of help you get started on like the easiest ways of making WebFire work for you and making money, and you know, lots of training as well. But more importantly, you'll also see a bunch of categories of tools on the left side right here. If we click like SEO and keywords right here, we see a bunch of tools show up right here. We have like website analysis tool, we have a keyword tool, we actually have a handful of keyword tools. This is the main one right here. We have a rank tracker, which can actually track rankings in you know, multiple areas around the globe. So if you want to see what rankings look like in the US or Australia or the UK or South Africa, you can do, you know, and more. You can do all that stuff right there, or even see what it might look like on like a global scale. We have an SEO configuration tool, which is basically a way to fix all the issues with your site so it can rank better. We have a schema markup tool, which I'll explain what that is in just a bit. It's a very, very, very awesome way of ranking and basically getting lots of attention, you know, regardless of your local business or, you know, an online business. We have a sitemap maker, which is like basically a table of contents for your site. I've seen other sitemap maker tools that sell for about $100 a month that don't even do half the stuff that just our sitemap maker itself does right there. And we include that for free, and it'll basically update itself. It's again kind of like a table of contents for your website to increase the likelihood of you ranking. We have a site submitter. We have a backlink right here to kind of spy to see like where you or your competition gets its traffic from, and you know, all sorts of other useful basically tools. We also have an integration with basically Google to help here. You know, and that's just on the SEO and on the keyword side. So if you want to do basically keyword research to see like, you know, what words you have a better chance of ranking for, you can do all that right there. We also have a handful of content essentially tools, like if you want to submit your content, if you want to make and optimize and distribute videos, you can do that right here. In fact, this is a really neat one where you can even turn an article into basically a video instantly. You can even have an optional human-like voiceover as well, and it can optimize it and submit it to places like YouTube automatically for you and optimize that too. Or if you have your own video, it can optimize that and submit it for you well. And we have another way to basically turn a single article into a bunch of different ones. We have a handful of lead tools to find leads out there online, which I'll basically get to in a bit. So a lot of these leads can already be basically asking questions in your niche or looking to basically buy. We have some social media tools from social media lead tools to find leads in social media to how to put social media on autopilot, and lots of training as well. I mean, tons and tons of it. So we have, in fact, gosh, I think we have over like about 150 past webinar trainings that you get access to all that. If there's a certain topic of interest, we even built like a search engine where you can search for all those by essentially topic. So if you're interested in like affiliate marketing, you can basically type in affiliate and find all of the trainings relevant to that. If you're more interested in selling like local services, like, you know, basically SEO, like you want to sell stuff to them, you can do that, and then just search for basically training on that. Or if you're interested in like high-level SEO stuff, you can search for that. Or if you want to sell your own service, you can search for basically topics on that. I mean, really the sky's the limit there. We have tons and tons of training, and we've had guys say that there's more useful stuff in there than they've actually found in like masterminds and coaching stuff that they paid tens of thousands of dollars for. So lots of training all there for you. And of course, we also have like a complete walkthrough of like all the tools in there, and we also have the jump start to make it super, super easy right here. So again, super easy stuff. But I just want to jump straight in. So I'll first show like a handful of the traditional ways that you can get free exposure that's done through like SEO and rankings and all that stuff. And I'll share a handful of tools that can help with that, as well as a handful of ideas about how you can make money off that. And then in the second part, I'll share a lot of ways that instead of waiting for leads to basically come to you, how you can go to those leads and find leads, even if people are already asking questions in your niche or looking to basically buy in your niche, or very, very likely to be prospects. Super easy, and how you can turn a lot of those into services that you can sell as well. So for the first example, let's say that you're just an affiliate and you want to, you know, one of the things I recommend is, hey, if you can be an affiliate for like high-end stuff, that can be really useful, because like if you make like, you know, hundreds of dollars off of one sale, that's a lot more cool than making like, you know, a buck or two, right? So one of the things that you can do is you can sign up to be an affiliate for anything that you want. So like, let's say we want to be an affiliate for massage chairs. Again, don't overthink this. We can search Google for like massage chair, you know, affiliate. And one of the first sites I found was this right here, which literally lists out affiliate programs for massage chairs. Like here's one that pays 7% right here. And keep in mind, like most of these chairs are ones that sell for like thousands of dollars. So you're basically talking hundreds of dollars per sale right there. Or if you want to drop ship instead and make even more, like make like 1,000 plus per sale, which sounds a bit more appealing, you can go to a place like AliExpress, and they'll actually drop ship for you, like right here. Like here's basically a chair right here that can be, I mean, this again, a high-end massage chair. Looks like you can basically get it for as low as $600. They include the shipping free, basically anywhere you want. There's lots of other models and stuff there that you see. Here's one that even has free returns and stuff, but yeah, you see like, you know, tons and tons of opportunities right here, where like, here's one again, $600 a pop. That's the kind of chair that if you sell it for basically $2,000, you might think that'd be a steal of a deal. Certainly at like $1.50, you'd be like, whoa, that's a real awesome deal. Yet, you know, at that price, you know, you're making about $1,000, at $1.50, you're making close to basically $1,000 profit right there. And so what you want to do after you decide to either drop ship a massage chair or just be an affiliate of one, you might want to do some keyword research. So one of the tools we have basically keyword tool inside of Webfire. We can basically type in a keyword like massage chair. And if we want, we can basically type in a handful of words separated by like a comma, or we can choose to do what I did here and basically pick one keyword or basically term, and it will find 50 related words, and it will analyze all that. You can also pick where you want it to basically analyze from, like from the US or basically other places like UK, Australia, you know, New Zealand, South Africa, wherever you want. You can analyze here, and it will basically give you a lot of data on the related keywords right here. And basically it will give you data like what the keyword itself is, what the estimated exact amount of monthly searches is versus the broad. So exact means like basically those that essentially type in the exact phrase and only that exact phrase. Broad means the amount of people that basically typed in that phrase either before or basically after another term. Broad will always be larger. Then it will give lots of data like how many sites on page 1 have basically a keyword in their title or in their title tag or in their description. Now, essentially title is usually the blue link that you see in Google. The description is like the black text that shows up underneath that link. Those are very important when it comes to basically SEO, because if the keyword appears in the title itself, that means the site's probably clearly trying to basically compete over that term right there. And there's also things like the heading tags stuff, and I don't have to really know what all that means, but basically the less competitors there are, the more likely you are to rank. And we basically analyze all that and give you a score, where the higher the score, the more easy it is to rank. But we make it super easy by basically having green as good and red as harder. So you can still rank for the stuff in red. It might just be a little harder to basically do so. But like, why try to rank for like a term right here to get like, you know, less than 500 searches and it's a harder term, when you can go down here and get a similar term with 18,000 exact searches and super easy to rank in. So really useful info right there. And there's also some advanced details, like if you want to see basically trends over time, like if the search volume is up or down, like maybe it's seasonal, like there might be more like around like Christmas time or more in the summer or the winter or vice versa. And what you want to do here is pick maybe like a handful of green words that you want to then either make like a video on or like an article on or make a website on, or I shouldn't say a website, like a blog post on. And again, if you don't have a site, you can make a blogger.com, blog, blogger.com, owned by Google, is completely free. You can make one in a matter of like a couple minutes, and you can write like a blog post and have like, if you have basically the green word as the title of your blog, or not of the whole blog, but of the blog post. If you basically have the keywords somewhere in basically the title of your blog post, you'll have a very, very, very good chance of ranking on page 1 for that search term relatively soon in like basically coming days or like a week or two, especially if you use our website analysis tool and basically optimize your site, which it can automatically do as well. So, and again, you can do the same thing with like a video or like an article. It does not have to be a website or like a blog. And you know, again, super easy, and you can search for multiple different words and stuff if you want as well. But then after you do that, if you have your own site, or let's say you want to basically analyze a new site of yours or an old site or a competitor site, you can use the website analysis tool right here. And this is the saved search I have, because a search takes like usually like 15 to 30 seconds. So I saved us some time here. Basically, you type in a website, like here I did genesisexteriors.com, and I did the keyword of roof replacement, Madison, Wisconsin. The reason why I did that was a ways back, there was a big hailstorm through here, and it basically damaged my roof and a little bit of the siding as well. And it basically damaged a lot of homes around here. I think actually thousands of homes got hit. And as you can imagine, because insurance basically covers that for free, a lot of people could get a new roof, or in some cases, new roof and new siding basically out of that. So, you know, roofers were basically going crazy trying to find, you know, all of these buyers. There's literally thousands of people looking to spend tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, I think for a house like mine, I think it was well into the 30s. It was like, I don't know if it was like 35,000 or 38,000. luckily I got it all free, but the insurance basically paid like, I don't know, it's like 35 to 40,000 or so to basically the roofers to do all that. Whereas for like a smaller house, it might be like, 6 to 12,000. For like a, like a really huge place that had like fancy roof on it, like let's say it had like a fancy clay essentially tiles or something weird like that, it might cost like even way more. I've seen some as much as like 100,000 for like the really fancy tiles and all that right there. So on average, you're probably talking at least like 15,000 or so right there. So a lot of money and a lot of profit. And you can imagine that if you're not ranked on page 1, no one's going to see you. Like if you're playing hide and go seek, the best place to hide is on page number 2 of Google. No one will even search there. Even on like the bottom of page 1, not a lot of people even scroll down past like, the first few or so. So you can imagine that if you had a service where you would help, let's say, a roofer rank on page 1 of Google, especially towards the top of Google, that's the kind of service that for even like a few $1,000s, that'd be a very awesome investment. Because think about it, if they get a single sale in the next year, they're making a huge ROI. If they make a sale a month off of you, it literally is making like many times that investment back. And it's almost hard not to actually rank for these terms. It's especially like this when it's like a localized term where you're not competing against like a ton of people, but if you do the stuff right, you have an almost guaranteed chance of being on page 1. So huge service that you could easily sell right here. And it's the kind of thing that if you're a roofer and you're not ranked on page 1 in this time, you're basically screwed. You're losing literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. But we see right here, hey, we're 75% optimized. That's pretty good. If we're like 80% or more, that would be like the ideal spot. If you're less than like 50 or 60%, that's like very bad. So like we're right in the not horrible but not great but not bad range right now, but easy to fix up. And it says right here, hey, you have a great chance of ranking for this word if you actually target it on your site. So if it thought that you didn't have a great chance of ranking for this right here, it would basically say, hey, you don't have a great chance. Here's some additional terms that we think you might have a better chance of ranking for. But they just have to make sure they optimize their site. Like right here, it says, oh, you don't have the keyword in your title tag, which is again that blue link that you see in basically Google. Guess what? If you don't know what that means, if you're not like a techie or anything, no worries. Just click fix, and it can help you fix all that for you automatically, quickly, and easily. Super easy to actually do right there. We have basically tools that fix that stuff for you. Again, super easy to basically do so. And it says, oh, you don't have the keyword in your description tag. Guess what? Not a big deal. If you don't know what that means, just click fix right here. It can automatically help you fix that right there. That's basically the black, essentially text that shows up underneath essentially the title or that link right there. It says, uh-oh, you don't have the keyword in a heading tag. Well, guess what? You can fix that as well. Even if you don't know what that means, doesn't matter. It says, uh-oh, your keyword density is low. So again, we can fix that. It says, oh, nice job, you have a sitemap. If not, we'd have a button where you could fix that and have a sitemap. It says, oh, nice job, you have schema markup. A lot of businesses don't, but even if they do, you can add additional schema markups, which again, I'll explain what a schema markup is in a second. A schema by itself, you could literally sell for $500 to $1,000 by itself. And this is a service that you can get done in less than like 5 minutes. So, I mean, it's not only a super easy service for you to do if you have the tools to do it, it's super complicated if you don't have the tools, which is why it's expensive to do. But on top of that, it can have one of the biggest benefits of ranking and getting optimized than probably almost anything out there. with the exception of maybe changing the title tag and stuff around. But I'll share what is in just a bit right here. It says, oh, you have a bunch of images, but you don't necessarily have the alt tags with them. What does that mean? Again, you can fix all that right here, but basically it means, this is really important, especially if you have like an e-commerce site. So let's say you sell like Siberian Husky, basically coffee mugs, okay? If you know what a lot of people do, they'll have like, they'll basically have like a picture of their product, and like let's say it'll be a Siberian Husky mug, and they'll upload the actual picture, and it'll just be called something like 11239.jpg, which tells Google absolutely nothing. Whereas if you had the image called Siberian Husky mug, or basically coffee mug, you'd have a good chance of not only ranking the page for that search term that it's on, but also ranking the actual image itself at the top of Google. So when people are shopping for, let's say, a coffee mug that has a Siberian Husky on it, they'll be more likely to find you, because Google knows that, hey, if there's basically a picture that has a keyword on it, more than likely the picture is of what basically the keyword is. So they tend to rank that. Whereas if you have a site that's all about zebras and none of your images mention zebra on it, they don't necessarily know that it's on zebra, so they won't rank that right there. So it's super easy to change it. You can click here and actually see all the images on your site and actually change the names right there. We also have like additional stuff on like keywords and off-page stuff, and you know, all sorts of stuff there. We also have an advanced tab right there to give some like additional info, which, you know, for most users, you just have like the basic summary right here, and you can even have this be a customized report as well. So if you want this to basically be like a PDF that you can give out, you can just click download right here, and you can even brand it to your own logo or your own link if you want. So this is a super easy way. So whether you sell this as a service by itself or whether you give out a free analysis, you can easily do so. And the free analysis will actually give them more info, like it will give a breakdown of what's wrong and why and what's what. It will explain this stuff. And of course, they'll still want to hire you to fix it all, which you can do either using this all right here or using the SEO configuration tool down here. You can fix all that stuff very quickly and easily right there. But this is the kind of thing that, again, if you were to charge for like a roofing place a few $1,000s to fix everything, that'd be a steal of a deal. Or if you want to charge like several $100s a month or even $1,000 a month, for a lot of places, that would still be a steal of a deal. Because especially if you could target, you know, all those places that where a single sale might be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, it's a no-brainer for a lot of those guys right there. So since I was basically talking about schemas, a handful of people are saying, well, what exactly is a schema? So a schema can look like this right here. There's a lot of different things that a schema can look for. So right here, if I search for basically Chinese restaurant, you know, Madison, which is near me, you see a handful of things basically pop up right here. These are basically done through the use of a schema. So if you're on a mobile phone, you'd even have a click to basically call, a click to see like a menu, especially on the mobile side, you see more where it's like super easy. And a non-schema would be like the ones down here. Now, the majority of people like to basically see the review, like to see, you know, if there's like a number to basically call. So on a mobile phone, there would be a click to basically call, or they can see like a menu, they can see the hours, you know, all that stuff right there. That's one of the kinds of schemas right there. Now, let me ask you guys a question. If you were in the mood for basically Chinese food, would you be more likely to get from one of these three places here or from someone way down here? Especially if you're on a mobile phone and you have a click to call or see a menu, are you more likely to go to one of these guys right here or to one of the ones down here where you have to search for a menu and a number? Almost everyone will go right here. And that's all done through the use of a schema. A schema can also look like this right here, like for like a local one. Like there's a bunch of different kinds of schemas. For a local one, not only can you show up this here, but you can sometimes even show up on like the entire right side where you get lots and lots of info on your business, like right here. And it can give your store hours, you know, if you're a local business. You know, if you're an online one, that's okay, it can give a lot more, but this is a local one right here. And you can have like the store hours, the business days and all that. If you have social media accounts, you can add those in. You can add your address in, your number, you know, all that stuff right there. If you're a restaurant, you can add in a menu, all sorts of stuff right like that. And you literally, with a click of a button, you can either basically add in that code to a WordPress site, or you can add in the code to any other site, which would be like an HTML site. That's basically like the standard, basically coding language for like almost all sites out there. So we have that for the standard site, or that for if you have a WordPress site, or for anything else, you can just basically make the code right here. It will spit out code that you basically copy and paste into the site itself if you want. So if you don't want to automatically do it, you can paste the code by hand in, by hand if you want as well, and you can even test it to see if it worked right. And then usually within like a few days to like a week or so, it will basically pick up, and you'll have your site basically displayed much better. There's also some different kinds of schemas. Like here's a navigation schema. So if ever you've done a search on Google, sometimes, like, you know, most sites you just see a single link. Sometimes you'll see sites that have like a bunch of links underneath them. Well, that's done through the use of a schema too. This is called a navigation schema. And you can add that with a click of a button as well. It's easy. You just list the URLs and the labels for each one. You can add those in, add as many as you want right here. And you can add different kinds of schemas to the same sites here. There's also, like, you know, if you have like a product or like an e-commerce site, you can add like stars and ratings and like what your stock is and what the price is and all that. You can add in that. If you have a blog, you can make it look like it's basically like the Google News and stuff almost, where you can have like the, you know, essentially a picture show up and the dates show up and write that. And again, super easy to show up, gives your site a lot more authority. Or if you're, you know, like a video, you can add in right here, so it is more likely to pop at the top. So if you have like a video on YouTube and stuff, you can add in that. You know, all sorts of different kinds that you can do, even if you have like a Shopify site or like a real estate site. Again, all sorts of different ones that you can do right there. But a newer one, which is really neat, is also called basically Q&A schema. And that's one where if you've ever searched on Google, like let's say right here, I had a search for, you know, how to lose weight fast. When you skip past the actual ads, so the first few are basically ads here, before you see an organic site listed, you see basically Google attempting to basically answer it itself and listing where it got that from. So it's listing a site off right there. That site is using a schema. So it's basically telling Google, hey, if someone searches for something like this question right here, my site would be, you know, a very awesome pick. Now, all you have to basically do is you just pick basically the Q&A schema, and you basically just would want to essentially type in the question you think you should rank for, and that's it. It can automatically pull, you know, what it thinks the best answer is. You can also basically type in your answer as well if you want, but you don't even need to on that. The key, of course, is you want to make sure that the page that you say is, you know, an answer actually answers it well. So you can't say, hey, this is a page on how men can lose weight, and the page is all about how women can lose weight. I mean, that wouldn't fly. Google's smart enough to kind of know that. But, you know, this stuff is like, again, incredibly powerful. And this is like a new age thing where, again, you can literally like tell Google, hey, I think my site should basically be featured right here, where would you rather be like right here, which is basically like a free ad on Google, or one of the sites kind of down here, because they even have some additional questions that also basically pop up. And if you click those, each one has its own source right there. And again, absolutely huge thing that you can do this in a matter of like a couple minutes right here. And even if you sell this, I mean, this is like, you know, the sales pitch is super easy. Hey, would you rather have your site show up right here, or would you rather have it be like some small guy way down here? Or hey, if you're a restaurant, would you rather be like one of these right here, or one of these, you know, way down here? Would you rather have the option to have the click to call or click to see a menu, or not have that at all? It's a super easy sales pitch. And it's one that if you were to sell that for $500 to $1,000 a pop just to do a schema, that'd be a steal of a deal and probably the best investment a lot of those places ever made. Or if you said, hey, I'm selling an SEO service for, you know, several $100s a month to do some ongoing stuff here, which again wouldn't even have to be much of anything, and you include a schema for free on that, they would jump on that like, hey, that's like a steal of a deal there. Another thing that you can do is you can also put your social media on autopilot to help your own site out or to sell as a service. So to do that, we have a social media tool built in called Social Poster Fire. There's a couple options right here. One is you can do a quick post that you can write a message. You can include like a picture or whatever you want, and you can automatically post to Facebook and Twitter and even LinkedIn. And you can also, so if you want to post to like a Facebook page, you can do that. If you want to post to multiple Facebook pages, you can do that as well. So if you want to post to like, you know, several Facebook pages at once, several Twitter accounts at once, you can easily do that. You can even schedule the posts out to say, hey, I wrote up like, you know, 5 or 6 posts. And I want you to post one a week or once a day or whatever, and you want to post it to all these at once. You can do that. And you can also recycle through them and say, hey, I have like, let's say 5 or 10 posts here. I want you to post once a day or once a week. And after the 5 or 10 posts are used up, I want you to recycle those and use them all over as new posts. Now, you might be thinking like, oh, wow, that's a pretty useful thing for me. I could put my social media on autopilot, make it look like I have a useful site that is actually active instead of a bare one, which we're all guilty of that, including, you know, myself and my partner Sean. We've all done stuff where like we've had stuff that we forgot about and we neglected, and whereas this is a way where, you know, you can always look like you have like an active site, because people do judge, rightly or wrongly, they do judge based upon that right there. But let's do a quick search right here. You can also sell this as a service, where you can sell a social media management tool. Now, we actually have at least a handful of clients that I know of that actually sell this as a service. I know of one that sells it for about, I think it's just shy of $300 per month. And another one actually sells it for actually $1,000 to $2,000 per month for like a bit more high-end stuff. But they can literally put all that stuff on complete autopilot using that and do a little bit of work ahead of time and have it all set, but look like they're actually doing work every single day. And right here, you might say, well, how much does a social media manager make? So right here, you know, there's basically guesses from it. You know, it looks like an average of 50,000 right here. So in the US, it's like an average of 50,000 per year. It can be up to $140,000 per year, according to this site right there. So to put that in perspective, okay, if you take the average, okay, that is over $4,000 a month. So yeah, it's like a bit shy of 5,000. It's like a bit more than 4,000. So if you had a service where you did that for, let's say, you know, several $100s a month, or, you know, 500 a month or 1,000 a month, they might think, hey, you're a steal of a deal because you're a fraction of the cost of what it would cost them otherwise. But you can actually put that on complete autopilot with them. And there's places where you can actually list your services out there. I mean, there's lots of outsourced sites, there's lots of classified sites, there's lots of forums that have listings on the stuff. There's Fiverr, where you can list like a basic package, and upsell them on like a monthly service. I mean, there's tons of places out there. You can even use a handful of the lead tools, which I'll show you in just a bit. You can literally find leads people out there looking for social media managers and stuff. So again, very, very powerful stuff here. So that's just like the first part on like all the stuff that you can do to you know, increase your rankings and all that stuff, put your social media in autopilot, get some content out there. And we never even touched on the fact that, again, there's also stuff like the video tool and submitter, and essentially content submitter, and you know, all sorts of stuff like that. But again, very, very powerful stuff. But I want to jump into the second part, which is how instead of waiting for basically prospects to find you, you can go to your prospects. So we have a handful of lead software tools in here where it can automatically help you find leads out there that are highly interested in your niche or in your service or products and stuff. So, and again, I know there's a couple of you saying, well, you know, what if I don't have my own product or service? Again, it doesn't matter. You can just be an affiliate for one, or you can use software tools inside here to create a service that you sell. But you know, if we go to ClickBank and I just do a quick search for basically back pain right here, we see tons and tons of products that basically deal with back pain, and it says what the average payout is and stuff right here. So again, you can be an affiliate for almost anything. You can search there, you can search on Amazon itself, because you can be an affiliate on Amazon, or you can just search Google for like whatever search term of interest followed by keyword like affiliate, and you'll find tons of places that you can sign up to be an affiliate for. You can search for basically popular ones right here, and you know, all that good stuff right there. But let's say that you want to be an affiliate for a back pain product, or you want to sell one yourself, or you just want to do some work with like a chiropractor. You can search for those in back pain right here using the real-time lead finder. This is a very proprietary software of ours that will actually search for real-time leads in real time on like forums, message boards, blogs, and stuff, only on sites that you can leave a post, a comment, or a reply on. We'll search millions and millions of these sites a day. We have like a custom search engine that basically does this. And we can search for like any kind of timeline that we want right here. In this case, I say, hey, I only want leads that are like a month or newer. And we search here for back pain, and I have it in quotes. If you have it in essentially quotes, we'll only find leads of these places where the words mentioned side by side. If it's not in quotes, it will only mention leads where they're mentioned in close proximity, but not necessarily side by side. And if we scroll here, you know, we see tons and tons of leads here. Then these are all forums and message boards, or basically places where you can leave a post, a comment, or a reply on. So again, I mean, literally tons and tons and tons and tons of them right there. I mean, that's probably, I don't know exactly, but that's probably a couple hundred leads right there. And you see the place basically question on the left side, and you like a preview text right here where you see what they're basically talking about. You can click on the link right here, go straight to the site in question, and you can leave a post, a comment, or a reply there. You can also have some saved responses right here, where if you want to type out a response, you can do so. So you can basically quickly and easily copy and paste those in right there. It also gives you a score and a value where you can adjust what you think like a sale is worth to you and what your conversion rates are, and it will give like a guess as to what it thinks that would be worth, you know, over time based upon the amount of traffic and stuff, you know, on those sites and stuff right there. And very, very awesome stuff. You can also save this search right here, and every day look for new leads for you and alert you to those. So if you see someone's basically talking about back pain or asking a question on it, you can basically jump in and say, hey, you know, here's a couple great ways that I found can eliminate lots of back pain. You can do this, this, and that. I wrote a blog post on how to do this even more effectively, or I have a video on it, or I have a list of some products that could also help right here. And when you leave that link, it can go to like a review or a list of essentially products and stuff where you know, you can have it so you know, you have like your, you know, affiliate link there, basically product links where you're essentially providing value first and foremost. Knowing that, you know, a single post that you do over time can lead to a lot of traffic. Right here is a similar but basically different software tool called Ranked Lead Finder. In this one, you basically type in a keyword like weight loss. So whether you're, you know, an affiliate for a weight loss product or you have your own or whatever, you'll find several related weight loss terms, and it will search only the front page of Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and it will search for only the sites that are ranked on page 1 of those search engines that you can also leave a post, a comment, or a reply on. We also have essentially a patent on this right here, where we'll only list the sites that you can leave basically a reply on or like a comment on. And it will tell you what the site in question is, what the keyword in question is. If it's on Google, you get Yahoo or Bing, what the ranking is. So 1 means it's number 1 on page 1, 4 means it's number 4 on page 1, so on and so forth right here. So like here's one for weight loss. You can leave a post, a comment, or a reply for a page that's ranked number 4 for a keyword of weight loss, which has over 1/3 of a million exact searches a month and has a reach of almost 14 million searches a month that you can get free exposure on. So that means that if you were to leave a reply or like a comment on these sites here, and all of them allow you to leave a post, a comment, or a reply on, because we have a special artificial intelligence that can basically determine that. That means that you can literally siphon free traffic from page 1 of Google, Yahoo, and Bing in a matter of minutes. Let that sink in. So that means in a matter of minutes, I could literally get free traffic from page 1 of Google by siphoning basically traffic off of any of these other sites listed right here. I mean, that again is just incredibly powerful stuff right here. It also gives you a score and an estimated value right there based upon what your sales prices and whatnot right there. You can also save a search here, so every day it will alert you to new leads that basically pop in. And just to share like how really powerful this is. So a ways back, you know, I have a little side business of a mobile autoresponder, and I had a guy of mine basically take just a little time to find, you know, a handful of places on page one of Google that you could leave a post, a comment, or a reply on, where basically people are asking questions and stuff related to basically the category of our product and stuff. And he would basically go in there, leave like a quick reply, I mean like a 30-second one. And we found that even years later, our own estimate is about essentially 2/3 or more of the sales are actually coming from that single manual work that was done literally years back that took hardly no time at all. That again, essentially 2/3, maybe even 3/4 of all the sales are basically coming from that right there. So you can do that with a click of a button right here. You can even click any of these links right here, go straight to the site, you know, question, leave a response. You can even download this as like a PDF report if you want as well, if you want to deal with those leads later. And it's not like you have to reply to each of those leads. I mean, if you pick even like the top few each week, okay, and you get alerted to new ones each week, and you do just like a few, like you spend 5 minutes a week, you can literally siphon free traffic from page 1 Google, Yahoo, and Bing in a matter of minutes that are already ranking for any search term that you want. This is huge. In fact, the total value right here is estimated that if you got free exposure on, it'd be worth a minimum of $500,000. And I think that might actually be an underestimate of that, because if you were to pay for AdWords for total reach right here of over 281 million searches a month, you would be talking about probably paying, I think at a minimum, probably like $1 million, if not more, per month in ad costs, which if you want to do that, if you can make that work, great. But if you want to do that for free instead, you can do that right here. I mean, this is insanely powerful stuff right here. I mean, this one software tool alone right here can make or break an entire business by basically giving you free exposure on page one, even if you never rank, even if you don't have a site. You can use this for, affiliate links for your email addresses. One of the things that I did with it here, I'll give you another thing that I did. I was an affiliate for diamonds, okay? So I find people asking basically questions on diamonds, and I could use a tool like this right here, and I could find find like all the places where I could leave a post, a comment, or a reply where people are asking these questions and stuff, or basically talking on diamonds, and I could give some useful tips on diamonds, like, hey, you want to look for this, this, and this to get a higher quality diamond, and if you need any help, feel free to check me out right here, or feel free to email me right here, and I'll be happy to help you find, a better diamond for less from the top sellers out there online. And I'd use my affiliate link when I would help them, and I would make literally hundreds of dollars per sale, in some cases thousands per sale, just by using my link right there, and basically taking a couple minutes to help them to do a search. And I actually taught myself a lot about diamonds years ago. It's one of the first things I ever did online. And within like a couple hours, you can be an expert on it and help lots of people and make lots of money just as an affiliate, and literally dominate page one with this tool right here, even if you never have a site of your own right there. There's another tool right here, which is basically called the Q&A lead Firestorm tool. Similar to the last one, except this one will only search basically Q&A sites. So I can basically type in a search term like lose weight, and it will show all the questions that essentially pop up right here where people are asking how to lose weight. And I can click here to basically answer. And most of the time, like, you only have like a few days to essentially answer, which is why you need to be alerted to leads like this. So you can save these and it will search every day for new leads here. So if you have a weight loss product or you're an affiliate of one, you can find tons and tons and tons of leads right there like that. So hugely powerful thing right there, an amazing way to get lots of high value leads right there. And again, you can use this for, I don't care if it's, if you're in the weight loss niche, or you're in like, alternative meds, or if you're in back pain stuff, or even like you want to, and those are asking questions on massage chairs. You literally can find those are asking questions on massage chairs or looking to buy one right here. Another tool we have here, I'll just refresh this right here, just so I can show this off in real time as well. So here's one where we can search for leads on social media. So right here, I have a handful of search terms right here for people that might be in back pain. That's just a few terms off the top of my head right there. You can exclude certain terms. You can also exclude those that have like a link on them. You can even search by location. So if you want to search within like X amount of miles or kilometers, you basically could, if you want, or if you want to search on a global basis, you can. But if you want to find, like, let's say all the people in back pain within like 10 miles of like basically a chiropractor, you could do so. So whether it be your own clinic, or whether it be like one that is basically paying you like a monthly fee to find leads for them, you could easily do so right there. And you could basically click on leads. And these are all the people complaining about back pain. Here's someone swearing about how their back hurts and they're cold. Yee, my back hurts, oh, my back hurts, my back hurts so much, oh my God, can't sleep, my back hurts so bad, I'm gonna throw up and die. So these are all people in back pain. Some, it seems like a lot. I mean, right here, that's like 100 leads right there, and we could click 100 more leads right there and get more and more. I mean, you can see these are from today. For something like this, you're probably talking, if I had to guess, probably 1,000 or more leads a day of people in back pain, or those looking to lose weight, or those looking to, get out of a speeding ticket. Like right here, we can find, like right here, we'll just click this. These are leads of those that are that recently got a speeding ticket. So if you were an affiliate for a report on how to get out of a speeding ticket, this might be a great way to find lots of leads that might need your help. Or if you were a lawyer, you could search in like a localized area for those that got like a speeding ticket, or those that like, you could search for divorce, you could search for bankruptcy, you could search for immigration law. I mean, whatever kind of legal thing you want, or even those are just basically asking for like a lawyer. You could set up a localized search to like a specific lawyer's area and just search for any lead that's basically asking any question that he kind of specializes in, or those that are just basically asking for like lawyer or attorney, knowing that, hey, if someone's asking for a lawyer or an attorney and they're within like 5 miles or 10 miles of this guy right here, hey, that's a really awesome lead. And what you can do then is you can basically just click reply right here, and you can reply straight to that lead and say, hey, I see you guys, you got a speeding ticket right here. Here's a handful of tips to get out. Here's a blog post I have on some more tips, and on the blog post you can maybe sell them a course. Or if you're a lawyer, you say, hey, I see you got a speeding ticket that you're looking to get out of. I'd be happy to help you with that. If you want a free consultation, feel free to reach out to me right here. And imagine if you did that as a service, where a lawyer could maybe basically pay you hundreds of dollars a month, or even $1,000 a month or more, where you could help them find these leads that could in some cases be worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to them a piece. Or you could find guys that are looking for gift ideas, or find those that are looking to move. Like, if you're like a realtor, you can find those that are basically looking to move or asking questions on that. You can approach them that way. You can find those looking to make money online if you're like a marketer, and if you have stuff to sell there. You can find guys that are looking for social media management. People that are complaining about like hair loss. We even had ones where like there's a client that was looking to find those that wanted to sell land. So you could find that right there. I mean, tons and tons and tons of different things that you could do. But on the back pain one, I mean, look. So when we did that search like a minute ago, these top 2 leads weren't there then. That means that in the past 1 to 2 minutes, there's 2 new leads in the back pain right there. So I mean, you saw it real time right there, tons and tons of new leads. So whether you want to approach these leads for like an affiliate offer, your own info product, for like a chiropractor in this case, or like a local business of some kind, I mean, the opportunities are nearly endless, right? You can even search for those looking to buy all sorts of certain things. So the opportunities are nearly limitless with this right here. You can also choose to get some additional info, like how many friends and followers they have. Like, oh, here's one that's 4,000 right here. So that's a lot of people. So it might be like an like an influencer almost. You can also choose to instantly follow them back if you want right here. And what that does is if you follow them, a lot of times they'll automatically follow you back. Some have like a setting like that, where you can instantly build a list almost overnight on social media. So you could search for like those that are maybe talking about Anthony Robbins if you're in like basically personal development. And you can build a list of those that are interested in that almost overnight, knowing that anytime you do your own post on social media, they'd be more likely to see that. Or you could reply straight to them right here with, your, essentially reply. And the key is to offer value first and foremost right there. And you can get, again, a lot of leads that way, and a great way to reach out to those leads right there in a really awesome way to get, like, again, leads in real time. And again, you can, again, search every day, get alerts every day to new leads right there. And again, a complete game changer, whether you use it for your own stuff or if you sell that as like a service itself. Another tool we have, and we're just about here with the demo stuff and all that, is we have a way to spy on your competition. So you can basically type in site or like a keyword, and it will actually pull up where they get some of their traffic from, and you can also see where the competitors are, and you know how many backlinks they have right there, and you can see where your competitors are getting their traffic from, and you can reach out and basically contact all these places right here that maybe see what it would cost to have an ad on it, or see if they'd be willing to do a deal, or see if they'd have a guest blog post or whatever right there. Or you can do like a website site analysis on them right here, and you can reach out and email them with a click of a button right here, or just go straight to basically the site in question. And the last thing I'll show off is right here is we have a guest blog finder tool. This is really awesome. So here you can basically type in a keyword like marketing, if that's your niche, and you could search for basically a type like guest bloggers. So this is saying, hey, I want to find all the blogs out there that are related to marketing that are allowing guest blog posts. Now, a guest blog post is where you have basically posts of yours show up on another blog if they accept it. And some of these guest blog posts can get literally hundreds of thousands of views and be worth a lot of money. But normally it takes a long time, where it's hard to find them because you have to search, you have to do research and see what's what. But here we basically click a couple buttons, we search, and then find all these sites here that are accepting guest blog posts in the marketing niche that you can submit your guest blog post to in a matter of seconds. So right here, we can click any of these right here and go straight to basically them. So here's a huge one, and it gives the Alexa ranking, where the lower the number, the more popular the site is. So here's one that's the 102nd, a larger site right there, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to have a guest blog post. Here's a smaller one that you could do a guest blog post on, and it'd be worth about $8,000. Here's a smaller one at basically a couple hundred bucks right there. So again, you can kind of see which ones you might be more or less likely to save time on. So like if it's worth like maybe like $7,000, it might be worth your time to do a post there. And to basically submit a post, you can basically click the links right there, and you can submit straight there, or you can click basically contact button, and it'll try to pull up like an email address. But if you don't see it there, you can go always to the link right here. Again, super powerful thing right here to find tons and tons of opportunities. And what's really great here is that, again, this is basically proprietary software that can help find places that you can do a guest blog post on. So it's using a special algorithm to kind of determine that, hey, can you do a guest blog post on that? And one of the things that you can do is you can actually turn this into like a PR service. That's one of the things that the guy that actually did like $1 million, he had like a spin on that where he had like a PR service. Now, normally he would sell that for like $500 to $5,000 a pop. And he would normally do this up by hand, but here, this could save a ton of time, where you could find like, hey, on behalf of a client, you can maybe submit their guest blog post to like a dozen places. That's the kind of service that a lot of places might be willing to pay thousands of dollars for, that you can automate like that. Now let's just see like how much would basically a place actually cost. So right here, we see that on the low end, the lowest retainers usually range from basically a couple thousand to $5,000 up front. And for some medium ones, it's about $5,000 to basically $10,000. And the big name ones are usually basically $20,000 or more per month. So if you had a service that was like maybe like $3,000 or even $1,000, if you want to be like super cheap, that could be a steal of a deal, and you can literally submit a guest blog post on behalf of your client in a matter of minutes here. You could submit to like a dozen places, and that'd be the kind of service that for $500 to $1,000 would be considered a steal. Okay, an absolute steal right there. So again, it really goes to show like, there's a lot of opportunities, whether you sell it as a service yourself, whether you use basically the lead tools to find your own buyers out there, whether you submit your own, essential services on like other forums or on Fiverr or wherever, that's all fine right there. But again, that's just scratching the surface. We did not even have time to basically touch base on all the other tools inside here, like to track rankings and to do the videos and the content and the other leads, software tools and all that. But again, we have it super easy. We have the Jumpstart stuff right here. So you can do the 3-part Jumpstart series to get trained on what to do. You can pick if you're more interested on the lead side or on the SEO side and watch basically training there. Or if you're brand new, you can also use basically getting started, which is the red button right here, which will walk you through everything. The first time we'll basically ask you to install a little app that works on a Mac or a Windows that just like alerts you to new leads each day and stuff. Then it'll ask, hey, do you have a website? Yes or a no. And as you basically answer it, it kind of walks you through everything. And then it kind of walks you through the different software tools and stuff like that. So if you're brand new, you can get started with that as well, or just use the Jumpstart training. That's all fine. And it's all web-based, with the exception of like there are basically the desktop apps that run in the background, but it's all basically accessed online. So as long as you can get online, you're perfectly fine right there. So it works on Macs and Windows. We also have a free Facebook group as well that I'll show off in a second right here. So that's just right here where you can ask like any kind of question you want and stuff, and we always answer. Like here's a person right here asking for advice on essentially a Fiverr gig that they just did. So if you want like feedback and stuff on it, we're happy to help there, like you see down here. And yeah, like all sorts of stuff there. We also do like essentially calls and stuff occasionally as well there, where again we always get like lots and lots of feedback on those, and it's like again people absolutely love all the trainings that we do. Like in fact I'll share one of the trainings that we did a little ways back. But yeah, I mean, so we're obviously super easy to find. It's not like we're hiding or anything like that. And again, we are here for you. Like any kind of questions you have, we are here. Super easy to find. And again, people are absolutely loving the software, absolutely loving the training. Yeah, so good stuff. Like here's one of the calls. Let's share this off right here. One of the calls we had here. Oops, I'll share this. You can see again, dozens and dozens and dozens of comments of like again, lots of people praising via call, left and right. And you see again, super easy to find. These are real people loving this stuff, and you see a really active site there. Oh, looks like it froze up for a second. There it goes. All right. So really active place right there. But I'll just pause it for a second as I go back to the slides. And there we go. All right. So WebFire 3 can get you traffic for literally anything, regardless if you sell your own products or services, or just an affiliate, or want to resell its services for top dollar to lots of others. Here's a handful of more case studies from actual WebFire users. Here's one from Zero to Hero. Bill owns a tennis shop, and he was basically getting crushed online by the national brands in his hometown. So he was paying Google for AdWords clicks of about basically a couple dollars or more for a single click, just to have some kind of search presence. Well, he started using WebFire to basically analyze his market and site. He made the suggested changes and the updates. Within 3 weeks of using these methods, he was #1 on Google for all the local search terms. And actually, he was oftentimes #1, 2, and 3 at the same time for most of them. So he was completely dominating the first half of the front page. In fact, he actually achieved over 3 dozen #1 rankings, not just page one, but #1 rankings in Google. And he was actually advised by his AdWords rep that he doesn't even need AdWords anymore because he's already ranked #1 for all the terms that he previously was actually paying for. Here's one that actually got to the top of Google in a day. Derek Kemp is an internet marketer who started using Webfire on all his and his client sites. He has his own site from page 2 to page 1 of Google for the search term "make money from home" in a single day. A client of his followed the suggestions our site analysis tool suggested and got that client of his ranked on page 1 of Google in minutes. Here's one. Mary H here used Webfire to promote her business. Within 7 days, she reported getting a lead ready to spend $1.5 million. Here's one, from almost nothing to 1,000 a week. Judy Jakes joined Webfire and used the software to basically analyze her websites. Within 1 week of following our system, she went from making hardly anything to 1,000 a week. She thought that was a fluke until she saw it continue week after week after week. She continued to add more sites and use Webfire to promote them. She now reports that she's earning $7,000 per week on average. That's over $365,000 a year and growing. And she credits Webfire with helping her make her first $1 million online. Now, this is obviously an exceptional result right here. She basically took massive action. And what I loved is that after she took the massive action, she later said she just basically outsourced it essentially to her husband because it was like super easy to learn and do right there. But again, phenomenal, individual right here for basically taking action and also getting massive results with it. And all she basically did, she hit a bunch of affiliate sites that she was using to make money as an affiliate. Really, really awesome. Here's one, makes $100 in the first few minutes. So Nick Vodka was on a recent webinar of ours. He joined Webfire and started using it right away while he was still on the webinar. He posted a message to us that he had earned $100 in his first few minutes of using Webfire. 3 days later, he makes an additional $300. We had a training call, and he basically posted up that saying, hey guys, just want to let you know that I made an additional $300 since signing up on Sunday. That makes it a total of $400. Only reason for writing this is to give others an idea of how easy it is, more importantly, how anyone can do it. So he took massive action and made money. Like his first $100 he made almost immediately while he was on the webinar itself, just like this right here. Here's one, multiple page 1 rankings in days. So there's lots of people in the Facebook group here saying, hey, this rocks, how they got from, they got ranked on page 1 from literally 0 in just a couple days. Here's one saying Webfire is awesome, how it increased their essentially traffic and boosted their rankings, and how they're getting, again, thousands of visitors each month for months and months. Again, here's the non-techie that made his first sale online ever, how prior to this, he did not know how to even use Word. Made his first sale online with Webfire, and all his traffic stats are on an upward trend for the first time ever. Here's one that got top ranking for NFL. That was achieved. So Jeff Eskow says he's very appreciative for Webfire. He says that he used basically tons of other SEO tools that were basically promising easy rankings and traffic. Says they never worked out for him until Webfire, and that nothing else even comes close. His main NFL site, which stands for National Football League for those that are outside of the States. That's obviously a very popular sport here. His main and a very competitive one. His main NFL site is now #4 on Google and #1 on other search engines for his preferred keyword, thanks to Webfire. And again, this is a super competitive keyword and niche that just goes to show that if you follow the training and use the tools, you can still achieve that. He has lots of other sites that he's been using Webfire on, and all are climbing up in their ranking. Here's one, page 1 of Google in the weight loss niche. Will Sims started off from scratch in the weight loss niche, had a brand new site. Within 1 week, he was ranking on page 1 of Google for his search term. This was at no cost with no technical ability. He was on multiple rankings in a day and made 5 times investment back instantly. Tom Martin says he feels like a freaking superstar. His words, not mine. Had a new site, nowhere in the top 1,000 for his keywords, and he knew that because our rank tracker will actually look at the top 1,000 sites. 1 day later, his site is on page 1, next to actually government sites, which are usually notoriously hard to rank next to, but he did. Then he got additional rankings for the same keyword on page 1. So he had multiple things ranked on page 1 for the same keyword. And he said he actually paid for 5 years of Webfire through a performance-based contract already. So he had a deal where if he got basically a client ranked on page 1, he'd make a certain amount of money, which he did, and paid for 5 years of Webfire off of the single deal right there almost instantly. So with Webfire, you get the top analysis tools, get the cutting edge SEO tools, you get the powerful content and video tools, you get one-of-a-kind lead tools, you get powerful automation that runs basically 24/7, and you also get state-of-the-art lead and ranking tools, social media tools, proprietary forum and blog tools, a whole set of actual keyword tools, and you get lots and lots of powerful spying tools to actually spy on your competition, and so much more. So who can benefit with Webfire? Anyone who needs traffic, and that's everyone. Some of the smaller features you can find for anywhere from about $100 to $300 or more per month each, and some others you might find for literally thousands of dollars a year each. And many you won't find anywhere else because they're completely proprietary to us. In fact, we actually have patents on some of them as well. So we have some very fancy artificial intelligence that we actually have patents on those as well. But nowhere will you find them all in one place and integrated so well like Webfire 3.0. So as a special offer, you can get you can actually right now get basically $2,000 off of Webfire for a limited time for everyone here right now, but that's not all. So our challenge was to basically make the most powerful and also comprehensive suite of tools in existence, but to price it so everyone can actually afford it. In fact, we're making this such a no-brainer deal by not only offering you a huge discount on it, but in just a few moments, I'll reveal a way for you to make a profit on your investment this week. So, are you ready for this right here? All right, this is going to be truly a no-brainer offer with zero risk to you and a huge upside. Normally, our special deal for everything you see here would be about $3,000 per year. And that'd be well worth it and offer more value than probably anything you've seen before. But for today only, you can actually grab it for only $997 per year and be locked in at that special rate, where that rate will never be raised on you. That's so low, especially once you see some additional bonuses worth many times that, this offer is exclusively for those on this call now. So to get this basically $2,000 off deal right now is only for basically the next 20 people. It's only $997 per year. You can save basically $2,000 for all the tools, all the training, all the support, and all that. And again, we have really basically top of the line support. We've had basically people that have been with us for years and years and years. They're US based that have done like a really awesome job. If you ask a question, they'll not only get back to you within 1 day or less, usually within like an hour or less, but they'll make sure that you're actually answered, that you're not just responded to, but that any problem is solved. Any answer you need is actually answered. But you must go to this link that you see right here, right now. So you must go to getwebfire.com/today. So again, that's getwebfire.com/today right now. Basically take advantage of this special deal. So we'll have that link up here again. It's getwebfire.com/today. So Webfire also gives you an incredible money back guarantee that few others dare to basically offer you and make this truly risk-free for you. So here is the money back guarantee. Use our tools and trainings for 30 days. And if it doesn't drastically help your business, or if you're not satisfied for any reason, simply notify the support team and get a 100% refund. no games, no fine print, and so forth. You can basically try it out for 30 days, and if you're not happy for any reason, you get a 100% refund. I hate it when like some others try to offer like a refund guarantee, but you have to jump through like, you know, all these hoops and stuff, and it's like, well, if you go to all the trainings and you do all this other stuff and you do all and this and that, only then can you get a refund. No, you can get a refund for any reason at all. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. No fine print, no games, no nothing, any reason at all. You can get a 100% refund. You can also cancel at any point in time you want as well, but you have a 30-day money back guarantee to get a refund at any point within that time that you want. And of course, you can always cancel at any point, even after that, perfectly fine. So you can start right now and get free traffic by tomorrow. In fact, if you take massive action, you can even get free traffic later on as well. It's super easy. You can get started literally in minutes, guys. Super, super easy. But to sweeten the deal even more, we're including several bonuses that are worth far more than even your total investment today. So here's 4 additional special bonuses for today only. Bonus number 1, which is about a $2,000 per year value, you get a free Webfire 3.0 Pro upgrade. You can use Webfire 3 on unlimited sites of yours or your own clients. Normally, this would be about $3,000 per year as an upgrade, but you actually get it for free. That means that you can use Webfire 3.0 on as many sites as you want, whether it's for your own or those of actual potential clients. Bonus number 2, which is a $3,000 value. You can get access to over 100 of our special training videos and ongoing live webinar trainings with me. On top of all the existing webinar training recordings that you'll get access to, you'll also get access to all our future training calls as well. In addition, you'll have the ability to ask any question you want live, either on the webinar or on the Facebook group page, which is free to join, or you can also just email us and ask as well. Perfectly fine. If you can't make a live call, we'll even record them for you to attend at a later time. But again, you can always reach us, always ask us in the Facebook group, or always email us. We're super easy to get a hold of, as you can see. And again, there's just like feedback from other guys on our live calls saying the stuff is awesome, saying this rocks, this is pure gold, this is 10 out of 10, saying it's the Bible of online marketing, guys saying that's better than masterminds and coaching that they've paid tens of thousands of dollars for. People absolutely loving it. But this next bonus truly takes the cake. What if you're able to quickly make a profit off your investment this week, even if you're brand new with no website or actual product currently? Would you invest in something that was completely risk-free that you can make back plus some this week? This third bonus makes it truly a no-brainer. Bonus number 3, which we think is actually priceless, you can get a downloadable USB drive today, filled with our best of the best trainings, including exclusive trainings just for you, including a single training on 5 different ways to make $1,000 or more back this week by basically taking action, and another on how to sell for basically 10 to essentially 100 times or more than what your competition is, even if you don't currently have a product or service to start with, and how you can do it almost completely hands-free. So how you can actually sell a service or almost any product out there for basically 10 to essentially 10 to basically 100 times more than the competition, even without having to do any of the work, even without having your own product. And it's much easier than you'd think. And that single training alone is insanely awesome. Plus the additional training on 5 different ways to make $1,000 or more back this week by basically taking action, and you can turn that into an actual business, is absolutely huge. So that means that you can literally learn how to not only make your investment back very, very quickly, but to basically profit off of it the fastest way possible. Because we know at the end of the day, if you make your investment back basically quickly and easily, you're basically glued and you're set on this for a super long time, and it's a win-win. And we'll recommend it to lots of others. Plus, we'll even give you one more bonus to not only make you the coolest, most fashionable person around, but to also automatically get lots of others inquiring about your new services that you could be selling them by using Webfire to do the hard work for you. We'll actually give you this free shirt. We'll even pay for the shipping and the handling. So we'll actually cover all that right there. And just actually walking around in this will actually generate lots of questions from actual prospects. No joke. So, I know a handful of you are probably thinking, well, that's actually cool, but it probably won't actually get actual sales or anything like that. Well, we actually had a client of ours that thought this was like a joke, and his wife basically asked him to shop with him, and it didn't sound like he was a big fan of that, but he said he would, but he'd be wearing this shirt. So I think he was trying to basically embarrass her. So he went out shopping with her. And the funny thing was, almost right away, he had a random person walk up to him and start asking questions related to online marketing, and basically asking if he ever did this or that and blah, blah. And he said that from that random stranger, he actually turned the random stranger into a paying client of his that actually turned out to be a pretty big deal. So he actually joked that the actual shirt made him a lot of money. So just by knowing the online marketing stuff, which you will be an expert on because you have access to the tools that do the expert stuff. You have access to the training to make you an expert. Just by knowing this stuff, in the eyes of almost any business owner out there, you are an expert, and you can help a lot of these guys make a lot of money. I mean, anytime that people basically ask me what I do, the second I say that, I market stuff online, or I do this or that online, almost every time they're naturally asking oh, can you help people like this or that, or could you help a guy like me and this or that? It's like they want, or they know that they should market online. They know they have to do stuff online, but they just don't know what, and they don't know where to basically start, which is where you can basically come in and help. So after your purchase, you'll receive a welcome email where we'll ask you for your shirt size and address to send it to, all for free. And just by having Webfire, you'll be able to help all of these businesses. And by taking advantage of Webfire 3.0 and all of our free trainings, you'll literally be an online marketing genius and know more than 99% of business owners out there. And just to sweeten the deal even more, we have a very, very special unannounced last minute bonus right here. So this is a special unannounced bonus. For a limited time special, you can get a personalized how I would use Webfire to basically promote your business or idea game plan. So you'll just basically answer a couple questions about your business niche, or even just a general idea of what you might want to basically do. And we'll personally come up with an action plan for exactly what we would do in your shoes to at least 3 times your sales or more for basically a current business of yours, or if you're brand new, about how to basically get essentially $10,000 or more per month, basically quickly and easily, with a brand new one, with a brand new basically product or service or basically game plan. So we've charged thousands of dollars for essentially consultations before, but you're actually getting this personalized plan for free. So even if you're clueless on where to basically start, no worries, as we'll actually give you a personalized action plan on what steps we'll actually take if we were in your shoes to get basically current sales to 3 times or more what they are now. Or if you don't have a current business and you're just starting a new one, we'll actually give you a plan about how you can get a new one to over basically $10,000 or more a month, basically quickly and easily. So we'll give you a specific action plan personalized to you based upon your own business or your own interests or your own ideas. So as a recap, you get the Webfire 3.0 Pro upgrade. That means you can use it on unlimited sites of yours or your clients. That's basically $2,000 per year bonus free. You get free existing and ongoing training, so that's a $3,000 per year value free. You get the special USB drive training that you can instantly download. That is priceless. You get the free Online Marketing Genius shirt. That's basically $29 value, and get the free personalized action plan. That's a $2,000 value. You get that all for free. So the bonuses alone are actually worth over $7,000. So Webfire 3 gives you all the tools you need to get free traffic, leads, and sales, and all the free trainings and bonus USB make it so that you could make your investment back quickly and easily. And to show that I'm 100% confident in the special deal, even if you decide that it's not for you after you try it out, you'll not only get a 100% refund, but you'll also be able to keep the bonuses of the USB training on the shirt, the personalized action plan, and more, just for trying us out. But you have to hurry, as this deal is only available for about the next 20 people. So to basically take advantage of it, it's only $997 per year. That's $2,000 off right now. You have to go to getwebfire.com/today. Again, that's getwebfire.com/today right now, valid for about the next 20 people. I know there's been a bunch that are already taken, but we'll get a countdown soon on that. There's a 30-day money back guarantee on that, so it is completely risk-free. So what should you do now? You want to go to the link below to grab your special offer with all the bonuses now. You can get your downloadable USB drive bonus training. You can get the shirt, the free personalized action plan, all that right now for a limited time, but you must go to getwebfire.com/today right now. And again, it's all backed by a 30-day money back guarantee. So again, it's only $997 per year. That's $2,000 off. You get the pro upgrade, you get the downloadable training, you get the shirt, you get the action plan, and again, it's $2,000 off, and it's all backed by a 30-day money back guarantee. But you must go to getwebfire.com/today right now to take advantage of this special deal right here. So again, really awesome deal right here. Again, an insanely awesome deal, only $997 per year. You get locked in at the special rate. So even when we do the free updates and stuff, you'll never get charged for those free updates. You'll never get charged more. We're not like basically a cable business where they charge you like basically double the price next year or anything like that. You get locked in at your special discount. And that's on top of getting basically $2,000 off. So you'll never have to pay more than what your special rate is right here. So that's only $997 per year, but only if you go through that special link right here, and only that link lets you get you the special bonuses. And again, that's getwebfire.com/today right now, and it's only valid for it's probably about, I'd say probably like about less than 10 left or so right now. But again, it's all backed by a 30-day money back guarantee. So it is absolutely completely risk-free. But you must go to this link right now. And again, with all the bonuses here, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, we actually give you the actual plans and the jumpstart trainings which include 1 on 5 different ways to make a quick $1,000 or more back, which means there's 5 different ways to make $1,000 back in the trainings. You can pick any of those ways, get actually trained on it, and make your investment back quickly and easily, and then turn those into a business to make even more, to make lots and lots more. Instead of like $1,000, you can turn that into, hey, how you can get actual clients for $1,000 per month for a single client. You don't need a lot of those to make a fairly decent sized business. And it's not like you're trading time for money, because the tools basically automate all that hard work. So it's not like you have to do a ton of work there. For like a lot of the clients, if they're paying hundreds to thousands of dollars a month, a lot of times you're only spending maybe like a half hour a month even looking at this stuff. So it's pretty easy once you actually start the stuff off right here. But you must go to the link we see right here at getwebfire.com/today to take advantage of that. And again, like really, really, really awesome here. Because again, even if you decide that's not for you, you'll get a 100% refund. But on top of that, you'll be able to keep all the bonuses, all the trainings. I mean, the trainings alone we could sell for thousands of dollars, and it'd be a steal of a deal. In the trainings, there's actual ways that show you how you can start a business from scratch, selling a service from scratch that you don't even have to do, and how you can charge basically 10 to 100 times or more than a lot of others out there. There's even there's like one of my favorite ones is how you can turn a $5 product into like a $5,000 product and find actual buyers for it. You can even use the lead tools to find the buyers for those high-end products and things out there, the high-end products and services and stuff. We show you from scratch how you can do all that. Even if you're brand new, we have basically training that specializes on, hey, if you're brand new, this is stuff that you should do right now. If you're advanced and you already have a site and stuff, this is stuff that you should do right now to make even more. So we have all that available at your fingertips. Crazy awesome deal right here, but you must go to getwebfire.com/today to take advantage of that. And again, all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. But with that, let's see what, there's a handful of questions that I know we've been basically answering as I've been basically talking here. But we'll see what we have here. All right. Okay. All right, and yes, this is a very, very special deal. So like, there's like a couple people saying that, you know, hey, well, what if it will basically take me like, you know, what if they're basically busy this week or next week? That's okay. This is a, you know, you have tons of time, but you really want to jump on it right now because this is a special deal. That's a fraction of the price what this, you know, usually is listed at, and you get all the bonuses. So it's not like, you know, if you jump on now, it's not like you absolutely have to, you know, basically jump on the jumpstart training like, you know, this week or anything, but, you know, by only basically taking a small amount of action, you can get really, really massive results with this. And we're here to help. So if you're stuck, if you have a question, if you need help with your business, or you're looking to start one and you're like, hey, I just want some ideas, not only is that all in the training, but we're here to help as well. We're not hard to find. In fact, we're super easy. You can just write support@webfire.com, and they'll write back to you almost immediately. Again, it's just support@webfire.com. There's also a help desk link inside the members area. There's also the Facebook group as well, which is free to join. And my partner Sean and I, we're always answering questions. And you know, we're here to help you. And on top of that, we have a full support staff as well, that makes sure that, you know, all your answers, or, you know, all of your questions get actually answered, and actually answered well. We have a full-time coding staff, US based, that is, you know, here to constantly make this better and better and better. This isn't stuff that like falls apart over time. We've been, you know, basically doing this for years, and it keeps on improving, you know, all the time. In fact, there's like a couple updates in the works right now. Those are all included for free as those basically come out. All right. Let's see. Okay, there's a couple questions here. If this works on a Mac, yes, I said it works on a Mac as well as Windows. In fact, I'm actually on a Mac right now. But yeah, it is web-based software, but there's a little app that basically downloads on the back in Macs and Windows that a handful of the tools need to kind of like search for leads every day and like alert you to stuff like that. So yes, but as long as you're on, as long as you can get online, you're perfectly fine there. So yes, there's a couple questions here if it will work in a foreign language, and the answer is yes. So a lot of the tools, like some of the lead software tools and stuff like that, they can work in like a foreign language. So like if you want to search for leads in French or Spanish or in Mandarin or whatever, you can do so and it will work. Of course, all the instructions are in English, but you can certainly use them anywhere you want. And of course, as far as like rankings and stuff go, you can rank like anywhere in the world. This isn't specific to the US, and you can even monitor and check that from other places in the world as well. And as far as the leads go, yes, you can find leads in other areas. You can find on like a global scale. You can find like some will allow you to search in like a specific area, depending on the lead tool. And yes, that's all possible right there. So definitely works worldwide. Doesn't matter if you're a local business or a global one, if you're online or offline, that's all good. All right. All right, then there's a handful of questions about, let's see here. There's a handful of questions about if it would work in, you know, this niche or that niche or this other niche, and I'll basically answer all those at once. And that's, you know, I've never found a niche that most, if not all, of Webfire could not greatly help with. Of course, there's like certain niches that, like, you know, on the lead software side, you might find like thousands of leads, and there's some other ones that you might find like less, or you might find more. But I've never found any niche where you can't get the software to work for it. Like, I've seen people with the lead software side, like I've seen some that were using it to find leads that were looking to spend, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars a piece, and it was able to find leads for it. But of course, you know, if there's a more basically popular product where it's like, you know, maybe like a $20 offer, you might find like, you know, thousands of leads a day looking to spend that much. So it just, like, I've never seen it not work. Even on like, you know, on the SEO side, that can work in anything. You know, on the lead side, that can work in anything. I've never ever seen a niche that could not work in. So to basically answer all those questions, yes, it works in all those. And I know like everyone thinks that their niche is like completely unique and that maybe there's an exception. No, I've never seen any exception. And I can guarantee that. That's also why we have, again, a 30-day money back guarantee as well, to make it completely safe there. All right. Yes, and there's basically a question here. If they could use Webfire on basically their own essentially clients, or if they could, I don't know if they mean on their existing clients, or if they can use it to find clients. And the answer is yes and yes. So in fact, with the Pro upgrade, you can use Webfire to help basically optimize and analyze basically your client sites, or to use them to find leads for your clients. It's a free upgrade. That's a $3,000 upgrade. Well, actually, it costs basically a couple grand more per year, but that's free and included, so it doesn't cost you anything more. But normally that would cost you a couple grand more, but you get the Pro upgrade for free, so you can use it on all of your client sites or any site that you want. So that's fine. So if you want to run like a client site on Autopilot, you can. If you want to run their social media on Autopilot, you can. If you want to run their SEO or find them leads every day, you can do that through this right here. And all right, so what we'll do right here, so all right, there's a handful of you asking if you'll still get the bonus of the unannounced bonus, where we'll give you a personalized plan. What we'll do right now is, since I think we may have gone a tinge over, as long as you basically get it shortly right now, we'll give you all the bonuses, just to be fair, because I don't want, if someone like just signed up thinking that they got it, I don't want to say, oh wait, you're just late. No, that's all fine. So as long as you sign up shortly right now, we'll include all those bonuses for free, just to be fair right there. If there's anyone having like an issue with like a credit card, no worries on that. Just make sure, like, if you were denied, make sure to call the number on the back of your card. Sometimes, like, especially if you're overseas, banks might say, hey, it's kind of unusual of you to make a purchase of this size, and blah blah. Just call and say it was you. They'll usually, you know, white flag it, and then you buy like a second time, it goes through just fine. Or if not, just write our support at webfire.com, and they'll make sure to hold your spot, and that's all fine right there. So as long as you essentially tried, that's all good. Okay. Yeah, and there's a handful of questions on, you know, if the analysis tool can help with this or that. Yeah, it can help with all those sites out there. So it can analyze any site, your own sites, or those of basically prospects, or like any site out there. Of course, to fix those sites, it would either fix your sites or the sites that you have access to. So if it's like basically client site, you could fix their site as long as you have access to their site. So there's like walkthroughs on how all that's done. It's like super easy. Our software can help fix all those things as well, whether it be a normal site or a blogger site or a WordPress site or whatever. You know, that's all fine right there. All right. And yes, you will get all the bonuses. That's all fine. All right. All right, and yeah, if there's any questions or any issues, just write support at webfire.com. And with that, once you sign up, you should receive an email within like a couple minutes. If not, make sure to check your spam just in case. And if still not, just write support at webfire.com and they'll make sure to get right back to you. And then once you do join and log in, there you'll see a link to basically join our Facebook group and stuff. Make sure to join that, just because that's like a really nice group, and it's a great way to ask essentially questions, and it's another way to basically reach us if there's ever an issue. Like occasionally people think that like we didn't reply back on an email, and it turns out we did, but it might have gone to spam. But they can easily reach us on Facebook if not. So again, and we also have a help desk on top of that. So even if you think that you missed an email, you can check the help desk and you'll see the actual reply there as well. So we stay on top of that stuff. Really, really good. All right. So yeah, any issues at all, just write support at webfire.com. That's all fine. And once again, the special link for the special deal is getwebfire.com/today. So that's the special deal right there. And with that, we'll wrap this up in like a minute here. So if there's any last minute questions, or if there's anything missed, feel free to jump in. I know Sean and Sharon have been also answering a lot of the questions in the chat there. So if by chance we missed anything, just let us know right there. All right. All right, let's see here. All right. Yep, great stuff. So once more, this special link is getwebfire.com/today to get this special pricing. And as you have to make sure to go there to actually get all the bonuses. And again, we'll actually keep that link up for a bit more. So as long as the link is there, you can still actually take advantage of that deal, and you'll get all the bonuses. We'll include that all for free. So no worries there. And with that, thanks to all of you that have joined up. And if there's any other questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out to us. And we really look forward to helping you out. And to get your free action plans, make sure to respond back on a second email that you'll get soon. We'll send out some by hand later in the day that will just ask a handful of questions to get like an idea of what you're trying to do. And then within a couple days or so, you'll receive an action plan back from us, because we have to take a little time to like personally inspect your site or your plan, or if you don't have a site, brainstorm stuff based upon your interests and stuff to get a very personalized plan back of what we think the easiest way to make a lot more money would be with that. So pretty awesome bonus right there, and that's on top of all the training and all that right there. So with that, guys, any other questions, feel free to reach out to us at support@webfire.com. And with that, hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And again, I look forward to basically chatting with a lot of you in the future. And any other questions, just reach out to us at support@webfire.com. You'll also see that email at the bottom of the link that you see up right now, which is getwebfire.com/today. You'll see that right there. So with that, guys, have a great rest of the day. And we will basically talk with you soon. Have a great one. Thanks.